Most people hope to put a little money aside in their lifetime so that they can retire comfortably. But for the world's most elite class, it's easy to make billions of dollars in a single day. This causes their ranks to change on a daily basis. Today, we're going to counting down 25 richest people in the world. At 25, Tadashi Yanai. He is the richest person in Japan. His fortune is $49.3 billion. You may know him because Tadashi Yanai is founder of fast fashion sensation Uniqlo. The brand has more than 2,000 stores around the world. Considering he still has 46% stake in the company, he will continue to cash checks for the brand, even though he has stepped down from his official duties. Number 24. Phil Knight. He's the co-founder of Nike. He took the apparel and sneaker brand from a small business to a massive multinational corporation with stores all over the world. Knight has a net worth of $51.9 billion, making him the 24th richest man in the world. And this even after giving billions of dollars his alma mater, the University of Oregon. He stays active through philanthropy. Number 23. Michael Bloomberg. Bloomberg gained notoriety after he ran for president in 2020, but he was already a well-known figure because he served as mayor of New York City for many years. He made money through stock market and his media empire. Despite spending many millions of dollars for his presidential campaign, Michael Bloomberg has a fortune of $54.9 billion. His business, in which he still owns over 88% stake, makes more than $10 billion annually. At number 22, Mackenzie Scott. She's the ex-wife of Jeff Bezos. A separation from Bezos resulted in the most expensive divorce in history. Mackenzie ended up with $38 billion. She was appalled to see people suffering during COVID-19 pandemic, and she gave away more than $4.1 billion for food and shelter during 2020 alone. Despite this, her shares in Amazon increased exponentially, giving her a net worth of $56.6 billion. Number 21. Jack Ma. Jack Ma is the CEO and founder of Alibaba, a massive Chinese conglomerate whose flagship business is an e-commerce platform that some consider to be the Chinese equivalent of Amazon. His personal net worth of $61.2 billion. He is the 21st wealthiest person in the world, and this is despite a tumultuous year, as the Chinese government began to antagonize Alibaba and other major businesses. Back in 2014, Alibaba set the world's record for largest initial public offering, or IPO, with $25 billion. This catapulted Jack Ma onto the top of the billionaires list, and he has looked back since. Number 20. Carlos Slim. Imagine if the grocery store, the cell phone provider, and the biggest construction conglomerate were all owned by the same company. No matter where you show up, you are still supporting the same business. Well, that's essentially the situation in Mexico, where one of the world's richest people, Carlos Slim, resides. This helped in maintain a fortune of $68.3 billion. The 81-year-old Carlos is still adding to his sizable portfolio, and his wealth will only continue to grow. Next, number 19. Rob Walton. The Waltons lend their name to the legendary discount goods chain Walmart. Walmart is the Target private employer in the world, with 2.3 million employees, though they have struggled in recent years to keep up with Amazon. The company is still a major contender in the retail scene. Rob Walton is one of Walmart's heirs, with a fortune of $64.2 billion. Rob succeeded his father as CEO when he passed away in 1992. Number 18. Jim Walton. The next Walton siblings is Jim Walton. He's the youngest sibling and decided to get involved in the financial arm of the company. Specifically, he runs the family's Harvest Bank, which has more than $16 billion in assets. Jim has been involved in political campaigning over the years, but mostly he shies away from the spotlight. After serving on the Walmart board for more than a decade, he has stepped down, but not before accruing a fortune of $64.5 billion. Number 17. Alice Walton. Alice is the last of the heirs of the Walmart fortune. However, she spends most of the time focusing on fine arts. She decided to remain financially invested in Walmart while ignoring the day-to-day tedium of the company. Alice purchased her first piece of art when she was about 10 years old. Her collection now included pieces by Andy Warhol, Norman Rockwell, and Mark Rothko. She is the second richest woman in the world, with a fortune of $64.7 billion. This makes her the richest out of the Walton clan, despite the fact she has never worked directly for the company. Number 16. Colin Huang. Colin is the founder of online discounter Pinduoduo, one of the biggest e-commerce sites in China. Although he lives and works in China, he interned with Microsoft in 2014 before starting a career with Google. His knowledge of the tech world helped him gain a massive fortune of $67.8 billion. Number 15. Ma Buiding. He is also known as Pony Ma. He is the CEO of Tencent Holdings, a Chinese tech behemoth that he co-founded in 1998 after surviving the dot-com bubble. Ma's patience has been rewarded with a fortune of $69.1 billion. Number 14. Amancio Ortega. Amancio Ortega is another figure, remains in the shadow, though his products are everywhere. He's the founder of Introdex, which includes fast fashion chains including Zara, Pull & Bear, Massimo Dutti, Bershka, Stradivarius, Oyshoe, and U2Q. The reclusive business magnate worth is $74.6 billion, making him at 14 on our list. Number 13, we have Françoise Bettencourt-Meyers. Françoise is the richest woman in the world. She inherited her fortune. She gained her billions from her grandfather, L'Oreal founder, Eugene Schuller. She still lives in France, though she has vacation homes all over the world. Her fortune is $75.4 billion. Number 12, we have Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh is the wealthiest person in India and the 12th overall. The Yemeni-born Indian mogul is the chairman and managing director of the Indian conglomerate Reliance Industries Limited, the foremost company of the Indian energy and materials conglomerate Reliance Group. His worth is $78 billion, which helped him to purchase Antilla, the most expensive and extravagant home in the world. Number 11. Steve Ballmer. Steve Ballmer is an American businessman who served as the CEO of Microsoft from 2000 to 2014 as a college friend of Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft. Steve was one of the early employees of the company. In fact, he was the first business manager hired by Bill Gates. His friendship paid off, and his worth now is $78.8 billion. Number 10. Sergey Brin. He co-founded the world's most used site in 1998 with Larry Page. That's right, Brin is one of the masterminds behind Google. He now serves as the president of Google's parent company Alphabet. He just cracked the top 10 with a fortune of $87.6 billion. Number 9. Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison is the founder and CEO of Oracle Corporation, and he is also a major investor in Tesla. He basically is part of two of the most successful companies of all time. Ellison struggled to get his business running for many years back in the 80s. His $88.5 billion fortune is nothing but proof that it pays to follow your intuition. Number 8. Zhong Shanshan. Zhong is currently the richest man in China. He's a recent addition to the list of richest people in the world, but he is worth an $89.9 billion. Surprisingly, he did not make his fortune through finance or technology. Instead, he is the CEO of Nanfu Spring, a bottled water company that listed in Hong Kong in September 2020. Number 7. Larry Page. Larry Page co-founded Google with Sergey Brin. He now sits on the board of its parent company Alphabet. Page is the genius behind Google's PageRank algorithm that powers the wildly popular search engine. That brilliance earned Larry Page a fortune of $90.3 billion. Number 6. Warren Buffett. With $93.1 billion, Warren Buffett has more than $1 billion for each of his 91 years of age. Despite of giving more than $41 billion away, Buffett is still the 6th on the list. He made his billions as a strategic investor who changed the way the world sees the stock market with his company Berkshire Hathaway. Number 5. Mark Zuckerberg. Everyone knows the story of Mark Zuckerberg, starting Facebook in his dorm room at Harvard back in 2004. He recently added to his portfolio also Instagram and WhatsApp, and all of this popularity is serving Mr. Zuckerberg quite well, because he's worth $95.9 billion. Number 4. Bill Gates. Thought he focuses more on philanthropy these days. Bill Gates is famous for founding Microsoft in 1975, even though he's determined to give away his fortune during his lifetime. Bill Gates still has a net worth of $123 billion, making him the fourth richest person in the world. Number 3. Bernard Arnault. You may never heard his name, but you certainly seen his products spotted his by everyone, celebrities, and ultra-wealthy clientele. All over the world, the luxury group he oversees, LVMH, is the parent company of brands like Louis Vuitton, Moet Chandon, Hennessy Cognac. Arnault controls half of LVMH and has made him a fortune of $158 billion. Number 2. Elon Musk. He has had a terrific year. He gained over $150 billion in under 12 months, and he's now positioned in second place after briefly holding the title of the world's wealthiest person. Elon Musk has an astronomical net worth of $174 billion due to his electric car company Tesla and other ventures like SpaceX, The Boring Company, and many others. At number 1. Jeff Bezos. Bezos is a household name, and his company Amazon is popular all over the world. The e-commerce giant got its start selling books online, but now it's one of the most powerful companies on the planet. Despite losing a huge fortune of his wealth in a divorce, Jeff Bezos is worth $187 billion, and he's now the richest person on Earth. So there you have it, the top 25 most wealthiest people in the world. How long do you think Jeff Bezos will be able to hold his spot, and how soon do you think Elon Musk will take over? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.